Here's some of the big differences between being a homeowner and a renter.
Owning a home is the equity that you gain in the home.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about those two in contrast, right? If you decide that you want to be a renter for years and you can't make your rental payment, the most you're on the hook for is probably the remainder of your lease and some fees and charges. Where on a mortgage, yeah, you could, if you default, that'll be on your credit and, that could follow you around for much longer. So there's the downside difference, but the upside difference of owning a home is the equity that you gain in the home,
Yeah.
which can be, easily thousands of dollars, if not easily tens of thousands of dollars, in fairly short order, because, we all know a year or two, you can blink and that'll pass by.
Yeah.
So even if you're using just kind of easy numbers, let's use a ultra conservative number of 3% a year appreciation, on a $5,000 home or $500,000 home, that's significant.
Substantial. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I, I don't want to get too deep into this because I don't want to scare people off, but you have to understand, I think, the risk in anything you do. But the reward, like I said, the reward outweighs the risk. Like you're talking about in that situation, you're talking about in a year on a very conservative standard, you could have $15,000 in appreciation, right?
yeah,
There's not a lot of places you can get that kind of return without even more risk, right? If you were to put it in the stock market or Bitcoin or whatever, the volatility there is much greater than what the history of real estate has ever shown us.
yeah.